You know, if we were face to face, this wouldn't happen. Because I'd look at you and I'd go, oh, you're a fucktard. I'm not gonna talk to you. And I'd fucking walk away. But on the internet, you can't do that. You don't realize the fucktardedness that is gonna come out of the person making the comment. And then it comes out, and you try to walk away. You're like, dude, you gotta let it go. But then you come right back to the fucking keyboard, and you keep fucking typing. For hours, I wasted hours, 3 hours spent in this stupid fucking thread with somebody who's so fucking stupid I can't even see straight. Who at the end of it fucking says, the reason we went into Iraq was because of 9/11. Iraq had something to do with 9/11. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, if you had just said that at the beginning, I wouldn't have wasted 3 hours. 3 hours talking about the economy, because how can you know anything about the economy if you still think Iraq had something to do with 9/11? Jesus! But on the subject of the economy, hang on. The stimulus probably should have been a hell of a lot bigger. He kind of pussied out on that. And I'm not a big government guy, but when you have an economic crash of that magnitude and you've taken all the fucking regulations off the bank, there's no choice. So all these people saying, oh, big government is stupid, you should stay with small government, they should be off, that's fine. And I agree with you on so much of it, but not now. Not after you created that. You gotta at least clean up the fucking mess before we rebuild the house. A dad drives his car into the house, knocks the walls down, big fucking open hole, middle of winter. Now's not the time to curtail spending, huh? Now's not the time for dad to go, whoa, you guys need to stop eating 3 meals a day. Nope, that's the time to pony up. First, you fix the brakes on your car that went out, that ran you into the fucking wall, okay? And then you fix the wall, and then you go forward, and you go, hey dad, why do you drink all the time when you're driving? Maybe if you stop doing that, you won't fucking break the wall anymore. That's where we're at now. So now is not the time to be like, whoa, all this spending, what are you at? No, goddamn it, interest rates are fucking 0%. Now is the perfect time to be spending because it's not costing us anything. God damn it. And there's a history of what to do in a situation like a recession or depression. This isn't new. Now's the time to help everybody out, get fucking the economy going, and then quit the goddamn regulations of the banks that got us in trouble in the first place, Jesus Christ. And this is not because I'm a fucking liberal Democrat that wants Obama to win. That's not why. It's very simple, the way I feel about things. And this is a very conservative way to think. The Republicans have taken the word conservative and twisted it into some fucking nightmare. The conservative thing to do is have the government oversee things that have to do with our safety. Well, we are a capitalist society, so guess what? The economy is a huge, huge part of our safety. Because had you not bailed out those banks, our entire economy would have fucking crumbled. But if that's what happens when banks get too big and they fail, you need to put in some regulations so they don't get that big. It's common sense. It's the conservative thing to do. It is rather liberal to take all the rules off, let banks do whatever the fuck they want, and then, when they fuck everything up, bail them out. It's not conservative. Conservatives would never say that. Corporate people would say that, which is all the Republican parties become. And please let me explain the difference between taking money from corporate people and being corporate. There's a big difference. Corporate people are trying to kill all the unions, kill all collective bargaining, and let everybody have no regulations, blah, blah, blah. That's corporate. Okay? Just because Obama or a Democrat takes money from, that's the game. You gotta fucking take money. They're offering the money, you'll take it. You're still gonna put the regulations on them, and trust me, the smart corporations give money to everybody. Everybody. Conservative is getting all the facts before going to war. That is a conservative thing to do. Think about it in your own life. If you were going to go beat your neighbor's ass, you better sure you know what the fuck's going on before you do that. If anything that guy does means it's war, this thing with Libya, oh my god, it was an attack on our soil, it's an act of war, let's go. Chill for a fucking second. I'm not saying I believe everything the government says, but I shouldn't know all the facts because I'm a citizen. They should. Shut the fuck up and let them do what they gotta fucking do. If you have a problem with what they do, get rid of them. But right now, shut the fuck up. The day after the Libya shit, on 9/12, I was listening to right-wing radio and they were immediately going, oh, the film, that's all bullshit. That's all complete bullshit. None of that's true. It's an act of war. Fuck off, man. You might be right. It might not have had anything to do with the protest. Although, if you ask me, a protest is a pretty good way to attack the embassy. Hey, they're fucking protesting. Let's fucking do it now. That's an awesome cover to start some shit. If I'm a terrorist, that's how I'm going to do it. And yes, it would be considered an act of war. But what are you going to do, huh? How many wars you want to do? How many you want to do? At some point, you need to use a little bit of diplomacy, and you kind of need to use your fucking head. What happened to the fucking Republican Party? At least when there was a strong conservative candidate, you could sit there and have a discussion on, you want to see something crazy? Go watch the 1992 debates between Clinton, Perot, and George Bush. All intelligent men that were sitting there talking. Now, you can agree with who you want to agree with. Ross Perot was kind of fucking crazy. But the truth is, they had legitimate agenda, policy differences, and they talked them out in a good way. There was a lot of slime all over it. Clinton's really fucking charismatic, you know, and all that shit. But you know what? They actually were talking about real things. That shit's gone. When you are in a depression, it is such a drastic situation that the government has to step in. And they had to bail out the banks because our capitalist society is run on those banks, and we deregulated them to the point that they could create monopolies. There's only like 5 fucking banks now. They own everything. You can blame somebody for that. Reagan and Clinton, honestly. Clinton had just as much deregulation at the end of his term. I don't know why. I mean, it was an economic boom time. I can only imagine he thought, you know what, if you're going to deregulate, now's the time to deregulate. On my way out, economic boom, deregulation, everybody's happy. 8 years later, crash. Same thing happened in 1980. 7 years later, crash. And then they put all the regulations in. Then 10 years later, they take all the regulations out. 8 years, crash. And we put all the regulations in. You know a Republican's going to get in power at some point, 2016, 2020, because it ain't going to be this year. And they're going to take the fucking the regulations off. You know? It'll be, you know, it'll be some compromise that they'll do with some pussy Democrat, you know, so gay people can get married. Okay, gay people can get married, but the banks can't have any regulations. And so you go, for fuck's sake, okay. And you do it, because you know what? In 10 years is when it's all going to blow up again. We got to stop this cycle. Anyway, so I say I'm conservative for those reasons, because you know what I believe in? I believe in conserving money. I believe in conserving human lives. I believe in conserving the environment, okay? I'm very cautious in my day-to-day life. I think about things. I save money. I use my head. I don't do anything liberally. I rarely ever take those kind of risks, ever. That's not who I am. That's not how I think. That's not how I am with my family. That's not how I'm ever going to be. Ever. I'm a very conservative person. But do I think gay people should be able to get married? I think fucking anybody should be. Who gives a fuck? For both adults, who cares? You know what? I'll make the jump. You want to marry your dog? Awesome. Why would I give a fuck? And if you're still holding on to that religious shit, good luck. Because the minorities and everybody else who just doesn't give a fuck as much, they're fucking multiplying faster than you. You know, the Duggars aside, most people don't give a fuck as much as you guys, all right? And there's more of us. So get over it. Start a new Duggar country, okay? But it ain't gonna work here much longer. I mean, good God. We create one of the biggest fucking economic messes in my life, or certainly in my lifetime, and you don't even let the guy who was elected to come in to fix it, you don't let him fix it. You don't pass his jobs bill. You barely let him pass half a stimulus. You butt-fuck healthcare to the point it's a goddamn insurance grab. Obamacare's a fucking joke. I mean, it's a fucking joke. It's an insurance grab for the fucking insurance companies. Now, granted, he got them to compromise on pre-existing conditions and kids on your policy to a certain point. That's awesome. Those are great things. Those help everybody. But it was in return for making everybody buy fucking private health insurance, which was a Republican idea. Jesus fucking Christ. I've already talked about that in another blog. What am I fucking doing? God. I got to stop with these fucking Facebook threads. I got to stop. I mean, because I'm dealing with the stupidest fucking people on the goddamn planet that are just spewing talking point after talking point after talking point. And you explain something. I explained this to this fucking guy. This fucking guy. You know, I sat there and said, you know what, about the unemployment rate, it's kind of bullshit to say for the past 42 months it's been over 8%. That's, while true, absolutely, it kind of ignores the fact that if you look at the whole graph, oh, it's come down. The second the stimulus went in, the unemployment rate started to work its way down from 10 to now 8.1. Still way too fucking high. But it's going down. It's slow pace. but it's going down. That's the actual truth. To just tell me how long it's been above a certain point, it doesn't really speak of this administration. The trajectory, that's what speaks of the administration. And you know what his reply was when I said that? You know what he fucking said? You ready for this? It's bullshit to just sit there and say it could have been worse. I said, yeah, it is, but I never fucking said that. I never said that. It's as stupid as saying, I like red Jello more than green Jello. And they go, hey, we don't need to talk about pizza right now, do we? And you're like, pizza? Who's talking about pizza? I was talking about red and green Jello. And that's the point. You sit there, you make all these really salient points. The person responds to something you never fucking said. Just makes up. Because he's used to the talking points and he thinks he knows what's coming next. Same goddamn thing with Obama. They've been bitching about shit about Obama since before he was fucking elected. During his fucking term, they bitch about the exact same shit. After his first term, they still bitch about all that shit. But it didn't happen. Oh, he's gonna raise all these taxes and turn into socialism, blah, blah, blah. No, he didn't. He didn't. He lowered the fucking taxes with his stimulus, and then he extended the Bush tax cuts. All for don't ask, don't tell. Really? That's what you gave it up for? Really? Don't ask, don't tell. You raise the deficit that much for don't ask, don't tell? Come on. Like, I mean, yay, thank God. But it seems bullshit. I mean, a Democrat put it in, a Democrat put it out. Really? Are we happy now? What? I don't understand. I just don't understand. And nobody will listen to me that should listen to me. The only people that are going to like this are going to be the people that agree with me anyway. Well, fuck that. Can you show it to some people that will know? Because anybody who agrees with the other side isn't open-minded to begin with. Hallelujah, holy shit. Where's the eggnog? Hey, check out the mini moxa I got right here, huh? Look at this. Mini moxa. Vienna's breech. So we burn this shit on Talia's toes. Makes the baby turn around. It's brilliant. Obamacare wouldn't pay for that.